Have you ever wondered what the end of the world sounds like? Is it a deafening explosion? The thunderous roar of collapsing cities? I always thought so, but I was wrong. The end, when it came for the Amazon, was silence. A deep, profound, unnatural quiet that was more terrifying than any scream. My name is Kale, and I was a bioacoustician. I spent my life recording the symphony of the rainforest, the rasping calls of macaws, the guttural barks of howler monkeys, the constant, humming thrum of millions of insects. The jungle was never, ever quiet. It was a living, breathing orchestra of sound. My job was to listen, to decode its language. The first sign was subtle, a missing frequency in the evening chorus. The nocturnal frogs, a species I'd studied for years, their calls were gone. I checked my equipment, ran diagnostics. Everything was fine. I told myself it was a fluke, a temporary migration, a seasonal change. But then the next day, the cicadas fell silent. Then the birds. Within a week, the change was undeniable. The vibrant tapestry of sound I knew, the one that lulled me to sleep and woke me in the morning, was unraveling thread by thread. The air grew heavy, thick with an unspoken dread. My local guides, men whose ancestors had lived in these forests for generations, were visibly unnerved. Their eyes, usually sparkling with life, were now wide with fear. The forest is holding its breath, one of them whispered to me, his voice trembling. He was right. It felt like the entire world was waiting for something terrible to happen. We ventured deeper, hoping to find a pocket of life, some remnant of the jungle I knew. But all we found was more silence. The trees stood tall and green, the rivers flowed, but it was all a facade, a beautiful, empty museum. We saw monkeys huddled in the canopy, not making a sound, just watching us with hollow eyes. We found birds on their nests, still, as if frozen in time. It wasn't death in the way we understand it. There were no bodies, no signs of disease or struggle. It was just an absence, an erasure. I frantically reviewed my recordings, comparing the vibrant soundscapes from a month ago to the near total silence of now. The data was stark, a flat line where a symphony used to be. It felt like watching a star wink out of existence. The life force of the jungle, its very soul, had just evaporated. One evening, sitting in my now silent camp, a chilling thought struck me. What if this wasn't an end, but a warning? What if the jungle, in its infinite wisdom, knew something we didn't? What if it wasn't dying, but hiding, going quiet to escape a predator we couldn't yet see or hear? The silence wasn't the sound of death. It was a sound of fear. And the terrifying question that kept me awake all night was, what could possibly be so frightening that it could silence the entire Amazon rainforest? We had spent so long thinking we were the greatest threat to this world. But that night, staring into the silent darkness, I realized we might just be the next ones on the menu. The jungle went silent because it was listening. And now, so am I. Thanks for watching. If this story made you think, consider subscribing for more.